What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I am super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face testing a bunch of TikTok viral makeup, and we also have a few like viral TikTok techniques that we're gonna try out too as a part of today's video. Y'all know TikTok makes like everything go viral, but we're gonna see if this stuff is actually worth it, like it's actually a good product, or if it's just going viral because it's like weird, because I've definitely bought stuff off TikTok before and been like, not sure this is actually good. So today we're gonna put these products to the test and see if they're good or not. Make sure to follow me on TikTok if you don't already. I do upload there every single day. It's at Strack Official, which is the same as my Instagram. And of course, subscribe to my channel on YouTube here if you have not already. We recently hit 1 million subscribers, which is so beyond exciting. I am so incredibly thankful. Thank you guys so much for that. But subscribe if you haven't already and hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you get notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this first product I am so intrigued by. I don't know if you can see, but it is like defrosting as we speak. It's like sweating because this has been in the freezer for the past 3 hours. This is the Skin Proud Frozen Over Gel to Ice Hydrator. So I saw a couple people use this on TikTok, but basically what this is it's a moisturizer that is specifically formulated and meant to be frozen, because we've kind of seen that craze of people putting their skincare in like little fridges but not actually freezing them. But this moisturizer can be used as a regular moisturizer where it's just like a gel. I'll put a picture of how it looks before I put it in the freezer. So it just looks like a regular gel moisturizer, and this is how it looks after 3 hours in the freezer. So it literally looks like ice, and like the texture is literally like ice. It is so interesting, and I just cannot wait anymore to put this on my face. So like a little ice chip here. I'm gonna work it in my hands a little bit. Oh, it's so cold, but it feels so good. Oh, so basically the purpose of this is to not only moisturize your face, but also to depuff at the same time. So like in the morning, to just have something like ice cold like this going on your skin to hydrate, it feels so good. And I don't know, I've never tried this before, obviously, with any moisturizer, so I don't know. I wouldn't suggest just putting any moisturizer in the freezer. I don't necessarily think it would have the same effect, but I don't know that for sure. And I have tried putting my moisturizer in a fridge before and it works, but this one definitely feels a lot cooler and definitely is like colder going on the skin, which I think will actually help to like depuff. I'm even gonna put some underneath my eyes. Get some depuffing action in there too. But definitely a very, very cool concept and product. And I feel like it did help to depuff the face a little bit, but above anything else, it just felt so good that I'm just gonna keep this right in my freezer. Okay, up next, I am so excited about this. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Liquid Bronzer. This was said to be a dupe for the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops, which I do like those, but they're $40, so they're not cheap. Where I got this and paid like $12, $13 for it. So I actually tried this on my TikTok, and y'all, this is better than the bronzing drops in my opinion. It is beautiful. So I have it in the shade Bronze. I do believe there's only one shade, which in the bronzing drops, there's also only one shade too, but would love if Physicians Formula would come out with a couple shades of this because it's so good. And I just apply it on my face so I can show you guys. One thing I will note about this is it has a strong coconut scent to it. So I like it. To me, it reminds me of like a tropical vacation. It's like one of those kind of scents, but if you're sensitive to scent or you don't like coconut, you're not gonna like this because it does have a strong scent. I personally feel like I would have rathered it just be unscented, but it doesn't bother me. Like I'm not gonna not use it because of that. But let me just apply so I can show you guys. It gives a really pretty glow to the skin. It also does give a bit of coverage. Like it's not, you know, full coverage or anything like that, but it definitely gives a glow and a tint with a bit of coverage to the skin and is really, really beautiful. And it can be used in a variety of different ways. Basically, it can be used as an all over face product like I'm using it right now. You can mix it into another product like your foundation or a moisturizer like you can do with the bronzing drops if you wanna make it like a glowier product or have a more bronzy tint, or you can use it on top of like foundation, concealer, etc. as a bronzer, you know, just specifically on your cheeks or places that you want to bronze. So a lot of different options with this. I like it just all over the face, and it can be worn obviously as your only complexion product, or you can apply foundation on top of it. I think it's really nice. Physicians Formula for me has been hit or miss. There's some of their products that I love, this being one of them, and then some of them that I just don't like at all. But this, I really like it, and I think they nailed it. I think it looks really, really nice on the skin, and love the price point. I'm gonna leave that as my only complexion product today, and I'm just gonna spot conceal, just using a little of the Tarte Shade Tape anywhere where I'm gonna get a little extra coverage, but I'm not gonna go in with the foundation because we're gonna be trying a new concealer technique, and we have a lot of other face products to try. Okay, now for concealer, we're gonna be doing the Pink under eye. So this has been all over the place. And what I've seen people do is take a little bit of a pink blush. So I'm gonna apply my concealer how I normally would. So I'm gonna put some here and some here. Do that on both eyes. And then I'm gonna take a pink blush. This is from Makeup Revolution. The shade is Dolly Rose, and put that in the center. I don't know about this. Oh my goodness. It looks good though on people. I feel like I'm gonna be the one that is gonna look crazy at, but I've seen it look really nice. So I'm gonna go in and blend like I normally would, kind of blend them all together to get a little bit of a pink undertone to my concealer. Okay, that didn't make it like super pinky, which I feel like is good, because I think the goal of it is to not actually have your under eye look pink, but it helps to brighten and give it like a more brightened effect to your under eyes. Like I think that looks pretty nice. I don't really see it looking pinky at all though. Just mixing in a little bit of that pink to the concealer, but it looks natural and gave me like a good, I feel like, brightness. So far, I think it's much better than I thought it would be. We are gonna use a pink powder though that I have never tried, so I'm excited about that. We're gonna do the rest of our cream products first. So we're not done on these pink under eyes. That's just the first step. Okay, now for our blushes, we gotta use two. I have the Danessa Myricks Balm blushes. I also have these new blushes from Tarte. These are the Tarte blush tapes. So we're gonna use both so we can see. First, I'm gonna start with the Danessa Myricks. So this is the first product that I've ever tried from her brand, but this is the Yummy Skin Balm to Powder Blush, because it's interesting because this is what it looks like, but this is supposed to be a powder blush. So obviously it's gonna go on more like a balm and then it'll dry down to be a powder. This shade is Rosé and Brunch. I know she has a balm, I believe it's a foundation product or like an all over complexion product that went super viral, and now she came out with the blushes. So I tested a different shade of these and they were the most pigmented blushes I've ever used in my entire life. So you need the smallest amount. I'm not even kidding. And that is all that you need for this blush on your face, because they're very, very pigmented, but they are so pretty. They blend into the skin flawlessly because they have that balm consistency, but then they do dry down to be a powder. It's very, very cool. But the formula on these is awesome. I really, really like them. So they are definitely worth the virality. Now we gotta try these Tarte ones. I have three different shades. We have berry, peach, and then pink. So I think I wanna use peach and try this out. Obviously, this is very, very similar to Charlotte Tilbury. I think that's what they were going for, and I love the Charlotte Tilbury blushes that are like this. So same kind of applicator, you twist it, and then we'll squeeze it out. There we go. All right, let's go on the cheek. That's a lot of product. Probably didn't need that much. Okay, it's fine. We will blend and see. Okay, this is pretty light, but I don't mind that. Definitely more of like a natural shade. Two completely different finishes. You can see the Danessa Myricks. Obviously we have a little bit of glow because I have such a glowy base on with just the bronzer, but you can see the difference between this side, really glowy, versus more matte looking because it has more of a powder finish. I like the finish of the Tarte one. I think the glowiness is really pretty. This shade to me though is just a little light, so it's not giving me all that much color on my cheeks, just a very little bit, which is nice for natural days. But I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury ones that a lot of people would compare them against are a bit more pigmented. So depending on what you want, like I think I get more pigment from the Charlotte Tilbury one that I use all the time. Definitely pretty nonetheless though, but let me know your thoughts down below. I think I personally still do like the Charlotte Tilbury ones a bit better than these. I'm gonna just blend some of that blush on this side, kind of mix them so it looks like we're not wearing two different blushes. And I don't have a new contour, so I'm just gonna go in with the Tarte Sculpt Tape. You only need a little bit of it because this one in comparison is actually very pigmented, and like the smallest amount goes a long way with it. So definitely a bit different, but just blending that out. We're jumping back into these pink under eyes now because those are all of the liquid products that I had to try for our face. And we're gonna use the Dominique Cosmetics. This is their pink powder in the shade Rosita. So this is supposed to be a brightening setting powder. I've seen Kristen use this a bunch of times and always think that it looks amazing on her, but like obviously she's the one that formulated the product, so I'm assuming it's gonna look really good on her. I hope it looks as good on me. So this is what it looks like. It's like, you know, pink, but like a light pink sort of shade. So I'm gonna go in, brush, and let's pack this on the under eyes and see how it does. Okay, yes, very, very, very light pink. Almost has a little bit of a lilac-y undertone too, which is good for brightening and correcting. Like a very baby pinky purple almost. So I'm just gonna bake that on there for a second and do the same thing on the other eye, and we'll dust away any excess. Sometimes the pink setting powders, they're too pink and then you're just left looking like you have a pink under eye, but not with this. Gave me lots of brightness underneath my eyes and like set everything in place, but doesn't look like pink, you know? Just gave a nice brightness. So I really, really like this. Feels nice on my under eyes too. So I might be down with this little pink under eye trend, and I really like this powder. So I feel like it looks very flattering. It doesn't look unnatural like you have pink underneath underneath your eyes. It just looks nice and bright. Okay, now for our face is the new Maybelline Superstay Hybrid Powder Foundation. So I think I initially saw Michaela use this, and she did like half of her face with it, and the bottom of her face had no makeup on it, and it was like an insane coverage and difference from a powder foundation. It does come with one of those little puffs. So I'm gonna get some with that and start pressing it onto my skin. I'm gonna do that little area where I have a blemish. See the coverage that it gives? I actually like this quite a bit. And I feel like if you're a powder foundation girly, you could totally use this as your only foundation, but I also think it would work really nicely as a setting powder or additional coverage that could be added on top of a liquid foundation because it's not drying or cakey to the skin, so it can be layered on top of products. Obviously, as you guys saw, I don't have a foundation on, but we have a lot of other products that we were able to layer it on top of. I think this is really nice. I like this a lot. Up next for our eyes, we have these Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shots. So these are supposed to be like insanely pigmented. I want to try the shade Ultraviolet. I think I saw Meredith Duxbury originally. I'm sure a lot of people have reviewed these, but use this and it looked so insanely pretty. They're from Charlotte Tilbury, so the packaging is really cute. And normally I am not a single eyeshadow type of girly. Like if I'm gonna go for an eyeshadow, I'm gonna just grab a palette, not like a little single shadow. But these are supposed to just basically look insanely beautiful on their own, just like swatched on the eye. So I'm gonna go in with my finger and get some on there, and we're just gonna go on the lid. Oh my goodness. Okay, getting a little fallout because I used a lot. That is so pretty. Wow, the shade is just like beautiful with the purple, but then it kind of like reflects almost blue depending on how the light hits it. Dang. Let's brush away the excess, but that is so pretty. And it like blends out really easily, I feel like, with just your finger. So it does look very pretty on its own. Obviously you can use it in conjunction with other eyeshadows too, but they're supposed to look really beautiful on their own and kind of like steal the show, so to say. I want to try it on my other eye and just use a brush. I'm assuming this is probably going to apply best with a finger, as typically shadows like this do. Yeah, see, with a brush it's kind of like not like, it's still pretty, but you're definitely not getting the same sort of effect. So definitely something that you want to use your fingers for. And wow, they are stunning. I would love it. I'm sure it'd be really expensive because it's Charlotte Tilbury, but if she made a palette of all the Pop Shot colors, that'd be really cool because again, I'm not a like grab for one single eyeshadow type of girly, but that's a personal preference of mine. It doesn't mean that it's a bad product. So if that's how you are, you typically just wear like one shadow. Really, really nice. And they have more like neutral ones too. Like they do have Pillow Talk, which I have as well, which is a more neutral color. I'll swatch this one for you guys. That's on this finger right here so you guys can see them. So Pillow Talk is down here, definitely much more neutral, but I really wanted to try the purple. But if you want like a more everyday color, Pillow Talk might be better for that. Okay, I zoomed you guys in a little bit more because we're gonna go in with a mascara. Now this is the ColourPop Level Up Lengthening Mascara. I am like 99.9% sure that I have tried this before, and I don't remember it being bad, but I don't remember it being like a world life-changing mascara either. But this has recently gone viral on TikTok and it looks so good on these people's lashes. So I'm like, all right, I need to give this a try again and really see. The wand is nothing special. I don't know, but in these videos, it looks so good. So you know what, let me curl my lashes real quick because they're not really curled right now. Give them a little curl, and then let's see. With this, I'm gonna just coat it on there because the one girl whose video went really viral, I apologize, I don't know her name, but her lashes look so stinking good. Okay, this actually is really good. It's a sticky formula, which I don't normally love, but I think because it's sticky is why it really coats the lashes good. I mean, okay. Does look pretty good. Let's do the other side. You have to be careful though with stickier formulas not to overdo it with them, because if you overdo it, they can definitely get like clumpier easy, I think. So I feel like this would be more so like a 1 to 2 max coat mascara. But if it does the job in that many coats and you don't need any more than that, then like, you're good. Okay, so that's about 2 coats on each side. I don't know why I don't use this more often because it is pretty dang good. Definitely looks really nice. Y'all know you can use code Kelly on ColourPop's website if you want to get anything at a discount, but this mascara definitely looks nice. Okay, and last, but certainly not least, I finally got my hands on this dang NYX Fat Oil lip oil. I don't know who came up with that name, but this has gone so viral. It's been impossible to find it. I finally got it on Amazon and I got it in this beautiful color. This is the shade Supermodel. So it's like a pretty pink. I think I'm gonna go in and like line my lips a little bit first. Let me take foundation off of them. We'll do a little bit of liner just to give us a baseline. But everyone's been raving about this. It's supposed to be like better than Dior, and obviously it's NYX, so it's a lot cheaper. I think I paid like $9 for it on Amazon, and they have a bunch of different shades. I just personally liked the pink one. Okay, the applicator, very much like Dior, very, very similar. Big wide doe foot. I'm gonna go in. Ooh, smells really good. That first indication really, really smells nice. I like that. It's like a fruity scent. Okay, I think I like love this. Wow. Okay, this looks so good, especially with the lip liner. I feel like, cause sometimes with lip oil, the liner helps like give a border and like the definition to the lips, cause you're not gonna get the color that you would get from like a lipstick to be able to add definition, but it makes the lips look so juicy. It feels really nice. It's not like sticky, but it doesn't feel oily either. Like it feels almost like a lip gloss, to be completely honest with you. So it's a different consistency than typical lip oil, but it looks really juicy and glossy on the lips. I like it a lot, and it's way cheaper than the Dior lip oil, so this is a yes for me. I really like this. Now I understand why everyone's obsessed with it. I feel like it looks really, really nice on the lips. Oh my gosh, you guys, I almost forgot. I was like about to end the video. I thought we were all done. We got one more product, I forgot. Got my hands on the Haus Labs blushes. These I have seen all over the place and look so pretty. So I have the shade Dragon Fruit Days. Haus Labs like completely revamped their line, and honestly, I feel like they're an underrated brand. Like when they first launched back, whenever that was, a couple years ago, and they were like only available on their website and Amazon, I fell in love with their lip products, like their liners, their lip glosses, so good, still love them. They kind of revamped the line, they changed up the packaging and everything else. I know now you can get them at Sephora and other places, but this is what the blush looks like. Ooh, that is pretty. This bubblegum pink is like the most viral blush type right now, but we're gonna go in and try this. Nice big mirror up here too, which is nice. I'm gonna just grab a brush, tap some on, and let's go on the cheeks. Ooh, pigment. Not even dipping it back in, just going on my other cheek. This is super pretty. It's a matte blush, so it's not gonna give you any sort of like sheen or anything, but that is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more for this side. This shade is really pretty. With this one, like, could you get something similar from the drugstore? Yes, you could, because Haus Labs is at a higher end price point. But what I will say sticks out to me about this, if it's something that you care about, is the packaging on this is very nice. I mean, this is much more luxe than pretty much any of my other high-end blushes that retail at a similar price point. Very nice packaging, big mirror. You do get a lot of blush, and with how pigmented these are, it'll probably last you a really long time. But could you find a similar color somewhere else for cheaper? Yes, but it is definitely very pretty. All right, you guys, so that is everything. Let me know what you think down below. Are you gonna pick any of these products up, or are you gonna skip on them? I would love to hear. I'll have everything linked that we used today down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.